the old house stood, silent, dark, waiting. Borley Rectory, a name whispered in fear, a place of shadows and dread. Built in 1862, it wore its years like a shroud. Each brick held a story. Each window, a blank eye staring into eternity. It began quietly. Footsteps in the night, objects moved, a chill in the air. Then the whispers started, the stories spread. Borley Rectory, they said, was haunted, not just by one ghost, but many, restless souls trapped within its walls. The tales grew darker. A ghostly nun, said to roam the garden. A phantom coach driven by a headless horseman, children crying in the night. Each new story added to the chilling legend of Borley Rectory. It became a magnet for ghost hunters and thrill seekers, all drawn to the darkness that clung to the house. Silence was rare in Borley Rectory. Noises filled the night, footsteps echoed in empty hallways, doors creaked open and shut. The sound of phantom horses' hooves on the gravel driveway. Unexplained sounds tormented those who dared to stay. A deep, resonant bell tolled at odd hours. Its mournful clang sent shivers down spines. Was it a warning? A signal from the other side? No one could say. But the bell added to the growing sense of unease. Whispers drifted through the dark. Unintelligible murmurs, barely audible. Sometimes they sounded like pleas for help, other times like threats hissed in the darkness. The whispers seemed to come from the walls themselves, as if the house itself were speaking. The legend of the Phantom Coachman was one of the most enduring tales of Borley Rectory. It was said that a coach, driven by a headless figure, could be seen racing around the grounds at night. The sound of hooves pounding on the earth, the creak of wheels, sent chills down the spines of witnesses. Some claimed the coachman was a former resident of the rectory, killed in a tragic accident. Others whispered he was a demon, condemned to ride the grounds for eternity. Whatever the truth, the phantom coach added a terrifying dimension to the haunting. The coach was often seen near the old well, a place where, legend had it, a young nun had been murdered centuries ago. Was the coachman searching for her, or was he trying to escape something even more sinister? The mystery remained. The Nun's Walk was a path that circled the rectory gardens. It was a place of sorrow where a young nun was said to have met a tragic end. She had fallen in love with a monk from a nearby monastery. Their forbidden romance was discovered and the monk was executed. Heartbroken, the nun took her own life. Her ghost, dressed in a flowing white habit, was often seen walking the path, her face pale, her eyes filled with sadness. She seemed lost, searching for something she could never find. Peace, her lost love, the answer remained elusive. The nun's presence added a layer of melancholy to the haunting. She was not a malevolent spirit but a tragic figure forever bound to the site of her heartbreak. Her story served as a reminder that the ghosts of Borley Rectory were not all evil. Some were simply souls lost in their own sorrow. In the 1930s, a paranormal investigator named Harry Price arrived at Borley Rectory. Determined to uncover the truth behind the hauntings, Price was a meticulous researcher, documenting every detail of his investigation. He conducted seances, set up cameras, and interviewed witnesses. Price's investigation was the most thorough ever conducted at the rectory. He documented numerous unexplained phenomena. Objects moved, messages appeared on walls, and ghostly figures were sighted. Price believed the rectory was a focal point for paranormal activity. Price's work brought the story of Borley Rectory to a wider audience. His books and articles fueled public fascination with the haunting. However, his findings were also met with skepticism. Some accused Price of fabricating evidence, others dismissed the phenomena as natural occurrences. Borley Rectory was destroyed by fire in 1939. The cause of the fire was never determined. Some whispered it was the work of the ghosts, angered by Price's intrusion. Others believed it was a tragic accident. Whatever the truth, the fire marked the end of an era. Despite its destruction, the legend of Borley Rectory lives on. The stories of the ghosts, the chilling phenomena, continue to fascinate and terrify. Was Borley Rectory truly haunted? Or were the stories simply the product of overactive imaginations? The mystery of Borley Rectory remains. The questions linger. Was it a place of genuine paranormal activity, or a canvas onto which people projected their own fears and fantasies? The answer, like the ghosts of Borley, remains elusive. The house may be gone, but the stories endure. Whispered in the dark, They remind us that some mysteries are never truly solved.